Hey guys, welcome back to another movie session, and in this video we're going to be going over Vivarium. Which is a weird one, I will admit, but it was on Amazon Prime and it looked pretty trippy, so I just said fuck it, I'm on it, and I actually really enjoyed it. Now once again, I am not very good at reviewing movies, I just like to do it for you guys, so keep that in mind. Also, there are spoilers, duh. But yeah, let's get into Vivarium and how paying attention to moods or tones of characters can help you get a better idea of what the movie is really about. I also just want to thank everybody who watched my Scream versus Halloween review. I think it has like over 70 views now, and I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and please consider subscribing if you like what you see. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. Okay, so this movie starts with a couple. And yes, Jesse Eisenberg is in it. Anyway, so this couple's looking to buy a house. So they meet up with this guy and he takes them to this giant lot that has tons of houses, but they all look the same.
Bye-bye.
And they decide this is not really right for them, so they just decide to leave. But they can't. They can't seem to find their way out. It's like a maze. But they keep on ending up at their house, which seems to be number 9. So just briefly, I want to go into the characters. We have 2 of the main characters, which are Tom and Gemma. So right off the bat, we can tell that Tom's a smoker. And for what reason? I'd say probably because he has anger issues. And it's one of the ways to keep the stress of it down. Which you can clearly see throughout the movie that he is an angry little fella. And then we have Gemma, which seems to be this sweet motherly type, and you see her become more mother-like as the movie progresses.
Do you see that cloud? What's that cloud in the shape of?
A cloud.
That's right.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. So they're having to stay in this house where they get food packages every day until one day they actually get a baby. Yeah, it's crazy, right? And we as an audience, and I'm pretty sure the characters already know that something's up with this kid, because he's growing years like every single day. And this kid is just weird. He screams in high-pitched noises for long periods of time, and he can recite how people talk and their whole personality.
Yeah, well maybe, Gemma, if you didn't say no to every other goddamn house we looked at, we wouldn't have ended up here.
Now by this point, Thomas had it, and I really thought he was gonna kill this kid. I'm not even joking, but you can just tell how angry Tom can get and how he's not actually ready to be a father in any way, which I thought was the point of the movie at this point. I was like, oh, they're showing how an abusive father is, you know, in the real world. But then things just start to get weird and Jenna has a lot of questions and gets to know the boy, just a little bit, because all he knows is what's in the house and what other people talk about and how they talk. Now this boy has been going out every night and Jenna wants to know where he goes and who he sees. So this is where things get more spoiler-ish, so just beware. So it turns out that the kid is just some sort of alien. Yes, I know you all saw it coming, go ahead and write in the comments, but I guess it was obvious since they seem to be in a different dimension. But I think it would have been cool if it was just like some wealthy man or some sort of experiment. But I guess they decided to go the alien route, and I'm pretty okay with it. Also, before I forget, Tom is digging a hole the entire time. I believe he's looking for a way out of this, what he calls hell. That is, until he finds a skull, and then he says to hell with it and comes back up. Okay, so now they know this kid is an alien. And some time passes until he's like 20 years old and can basically fend for himself now. So he doesn't really need them. And all the while, Tom is definitely dying. I believe from some either lung cancer or something the alien is doing. So he does end up dying, and in his final breath, he, says that this is his home because he's with the love of his life. And I think that's pretty sweet.
I'm home right now.
So after he dies, the alien just bags him up and throws him down the hole he dug. So in summary, he was just digging his own grave to begin with, and kinda makes you go, fuck, man, that's tough. And of course, Gemma is just torn apart. She's so upset and distraught, and she plans to kill the guy. And at the right moment, she does end up hitting him with a pickaxe, but then he retreats, which we end up finding out that he can just go throughout the land, lifting up pavement and everything. So you're not really left with this mystery of how does he disappear all the time. He's just going from dimension to dimension. And no, I'm not really clear of where this alien goes or what really happens when he leaves. But at the end, the alien just ends up killing Gemma off because he has no use for her anymore. And it's down the hole for her too. Then the alien just fills up the hole and you get a look into how this thing is doing all of this. I mean, well, kinda. So obviously this isn't his first victim, and to be honest, it might actually be his 9th, hinting the door number. But in the end, he ends up going back to the realtor place, and the other guy that was there to bring Tom and Gemma to the house is dead. But it looks just like the new alien, and this is when it sinks in like, oh, this is what they do to survive. They get people to take care of a baby until it's a man, and then it takes the place of the last one, and the cycle just continues. I guess until, well, forever. Now, I do like this ending. It's all wrapped up very nicely, with some room for the imagination to really run wild with what could be the meaning of all this. Now, overall, I did enjoy the film. It consistently kept me wondering, what does that mean and what does this mean? And honestly, I focused a lot on the characters because, well, there are only 2 of them. I mean 3 if you count the alien, but all the character was with the main couple. And I found that to be great, because you really see the desperation in these 2. I mean, you see Tom go from hopeful that he can dig, and then hopeless when he finds nothing, and then hopeful again when he thinks he hears people. You also get Jenna to go from somebody who hates this kid to getting a little attached, and then hating him all over again. And it's just this constant back and forth that also gives you a little hope that they will get out of here, even though deep down you know it's futile. And those are my thoughts and feelings on Vivarium. I thought it was a good, shorter watch, and I advise if you have Amazon Prime to give it a shot. You might be surprised. Now be sure to leave a comment down below if there's any movie you would like to see me review or look over, and I should get right on it. And until next time, peace. Thank you.